Last spring, a man brought his dog to be weighed on my scale. A yellow lab, 8 years old, named Boone. Good dog. The man loved him. And when the needle settled, it read 94 pounds on a dog that should have carried 72. I ran my hands down Boone's sides, and I could not find a single rib without pushing. Looked down at him from above, and there was no waist, just a barrel. He sat down halfway through the walk to my gate, a walk he'd have run 3 years back. That dog was not sick. He was being loved to death, one full bowl at a time. Here's the hard part. The man had no idea, because he was doing exactly what most folks do. You fill the bowl. When it goes empty, you fill it again. A full dog is a happy dog. That's what we all got told. So the food sits down all day, and the dog eats when he pleases. And it feels like kindness. It feels like love. That begging face at supper is a hard thing to say no to. And the fancy bag of food you buy tells you all about the quality of what's inside it. It never once tells you how much. By the time a vet says the word overweight, you're looking at a special diet and a bill to match. Now I want you to sit with something. There was a study that ran 14 years start to finish on this exact thing, and the dogs that got fed right lived close to 2 years longer. No pill, no special food, no secret herb in the bowl. I grew up raising working dogs, barn cats, horses, in a farming community where an animal that couldn't do its work didn't last long. You learned quick what kept a creature sound. My grandfather fed the farm dogs by hand and by eye, and he'd have laughed at a bull left down all day. So let me be straight with you, the way I always am. There's no magic recipe going in that bowl. The secret is how much, not what. And that's the one thing near nobody ever gets taught. 3 things, starting today. No money spent, and one of them you measure with a cup from your own kitchen, because the fullest bowl is not the kindest one. Let me tell you why the full bowl feels so right when it's doing harm. A dog's body was built for a world where food came and went. Bring down a meal, eat all you can hold, then maybe go 3 days with nothing. So a dog will eat past what he needs every time, because for most of history, that was the smart thing to do. That instinct hasn't changed, but your kitchen has. The bowl is never empty now, and that old survival trick turns into a slow sickness. And here's the trouble. So many dogs carry extra weight these days that a heavy dog looks normal to us. Our eye got trained wrong. So let me give you the habit that fixes it. It costs nothing. It's this. Feed the dog by measure, and feed the dog in front of you, not the bowl. Now I want to tell you about the study, because this is the part that changed how I think. Researchers took 48 Labrador puppies. They paired them up, littermate with littermate, so each pair was as near the same as 2 dogs can be. Then one dog in every pair got fed a measured amount, and the other got fed 25% less. That's it. Same food, same everything else, just less in the bowl for one of them. And they followed those dogs for 14 years, their whole lives start to finish. Here is what they found. The dogs fed the leaner amount lived to a middle age of 13 years. The ones fed the fuller bowl, 11 and a fraction, close to 2 years difference. And listen, the fuller fed dogs weren't gluttons. They weren't sick eaters. They were fed the way most good, loving owners feed. That's the part that ought to stop you. Normal feeding was the thing taking the years. It wasn't only about living longer either. The leaner dogs got their old dog troubles later. The stiff joints, the arthritis, the aches that slow a dog down. All of it showed up about 2 years further down the road. They needed less medicine. They moved better, deeper into their years. So it wasn't a longer life spent sick. It was a longer life spent well. Think about what 2 years is. For a lot of dogs, that's 1/5 of the whole life, given back to you. And it costs you less, because you're buying less food. There is no bottle to buy. There is no secret to add. You just stop overfilling the bowl. Now, How do you know how much is right? You could read the bag, and the bag is a fair starting place, but every bag runs a little heavy on its numbers. So I'll give you the test my grandfather used, and it turns out the animal doctors use the very same one. They just gave it a fancier name. You use your hands. Run your flat palms down both sides of the dog's chest. You should feel each rib without digging for it, like feeling the back of your own hand through a thin glove. If you have to press through a layer to find them, there's too much on him. If they stick out sharp and bare, that's too little, and that's rarer than folks think. Then look down at him from straight above. You want to see a waist, a tuck in behind the ribs before the hips, not a barrel, not a straight board from shoulder to tail. Last, look at him from the side. The belly should rise up toward the back legs, not hang level like a table. A little lift. That tuck is what a fit dog has. Ribs you can feel, a waist you can see, a belly that lifts. That's the whole test, and you can do it tonight with your hands and your eyes, and nothing else. Do it once a week. You'll catch the creep long before a scale ever tells you. Now there's a second habit, and it's one almost nobody keeps, because it's hidden. It's the mouth. More than 3 out of 4 dogs have gum disease by the time they're grown. Bad gums, brown buildup down at the tooth line, breath that turns your head. And most folks think that's just dog breath and dog age. It isn't. Big studies have tied that mouth infection to trouble in the heart and the kidneys, the organs that decide how long a dog lasts. In one large look at it, dogs whose teeth got cared for had a lower risk of kidney disease down the line. The mouth doesn't stay in the mouth, it leaks into the whole animal. So the habit is simple. Lift the lip once a week and look. Red along the gums, brown crust, a smell that's gone sour. Those are signals, not just old age. Brush the teeth if the dog will let you. Use the chews made for it, and get a real cleaning at the vet when it's earned. A little attention now, or an expensive sick heart later. And here's the last thing I owe you, the honest edge of it. Since the whole promise is that there's no magic thing to add to the bowl, I have to tell you plain. Some of what people add is downright dangerous. This is the real reason to doubt any video telling you to dump something special in your dog's dish. Grapes and raisins can shut a dog's kidneys down. Onions and garlic in any real amount poison the blood. Chocolate, you likely know, but watch for xylitol too, the sweetener hiding in some peanut butters and gums. Because a spoon of the wrong peanut butter can drop a dog fast. And cooked bones splinter and tear on the way down. So the truth runs backward from what you'd expect. The secret isn't something you add. It's mostly what you take away, and what you're careful never to put in. Right amount, safe food, clean mouth, that's the recipe. And not one part of it comes in a bottle. So, here's what I want you to do tonight. Go put your hands on your dog. Feel for the ribs, look for the waist, check that the belly lifts. Then lift the lip and look at the gums. 2 minutes, and you'll know more than the scale ever told you. Measure the next meal instead of filling the bowl by eye. That's the whole of it. No bottle, no secret. Near 2 years back for the price of paying attention. If this helped, subscribe. Next, I'll show you how to take the weight off a dog that's already heavy, the safe way, without starving him. Tell me down below, can you feel your dog's ribs?